Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, my sexy compatriots. This is the cup of coffee you all know and love, Minty Coffee. And today, we'll be tackling the Jungle Inferno changes to a certain carbonated drink. Now, you might ask, Minty Coffee, why do you sound so calm and collected? Why do you sound so much more down to earth and humble than usual? Well, please don't get used to it. I was in a state of tranquility for the longest, until I realised the weapon I'm going to be talking about today, because I gotta tell you right now, the changes to the Criticola really What has always been one of the most categorically hated weapons for its sheer game-breaking lack of balance for a class like Scout, has been made even more unreasonable. Why do I think so? Well, let's not waste any time and get right into explaining it. The Criticola's big changes were the removal of the speed boost and static damage vulnerability while in the mini-crit induced state. Now you will take mini-crits in this state, but only after you've made your first shot. While this seems nice on paper, it's really not. The removal of the speed boost is nice, but that's negligible in the grand picture. The change to damage vulnerability being only after the first shot means you have little to no risks from this weapon until after that crippling first shot that can be pulled off from even further away due to the much more forgiving range of mini-crit damage. The problem with the Criticola was never the extra speed it could give. That was just a little icing underneath the cherry on top of the food poison cake that kills anyone who dared to eat it. Giving a class like Scout mini-crits so easily was simply unbalanced. It's not so much because it's extra damage, so much as it is because it's mini-crits. Mini-crits suffer from much less fall-off than normal damage, and also deal a massive amount of knockback. You'd think the lesser fall-off with the stock scattergun is bad. Criticola with the short stop is just ungodly. I see this as a buff because you don't face any extra vulnerability until you've already executed that first crippling shot. It can one-hit medics with the force of nature, for God's sake. While it's nice they made the damage you take mini-crits as well, it needs to be for the whole state, not just after your first shot. As it stands, the downsides are still not on a fair enough level with the upsides to make this weapon anywhere near balanced. I certainly don't see it being unbanned in comp anytime soon. Here's the kind of Criticola I'd envision in order to make it more balanced. Criticola. While effect is active, each attack mini-crits and sets mark for death for 5 seconds. Subsequent attacks will reset this 5-second duration. While effect is active, 30% less accurate. What this effectively does is turn whatever scattergun you're using into a less limited backscatter, kind of like what the Flog is to the backburner. You have mini-crits from any range, but you have to be up close and personal for it to be any good. This would eliminate the awfulness of being able to practically snipe down a medic from a medium range with a Criticola boosted shortstop, and I think it would see more fair use in competitive since the Scout is in much more danger. It epitomises the glass cannon playstyle that makes Scout what he is. What do you think? Am I just waffling, or do I have a point about the Criticola's prevalent bullshit state? Do let me know. This is the cup of coffee that you all know and love, and I shall see you next time, my sexy compatriots. Bye!